There seems to be a major misconception in the minds of people, especially on the internet, as to the concept of dhimmi and what that means in Islam. So before I get into explaining what that is, it should first be illustrated that there are several websites and personalities dedicated to supposedly saving Western civilization from becoming dhimmis. Their warped view of a dhimmi is intertwined with their belief that Islam's supposed aim is to subjugate and enslave anyone in any country that will not accept Islam, relegating them into some type of second-class citizenry, taking away their rights. Actually, the way that they've painted this picture is very far from the reality of how dhimmi is explained in Islam. Their paranoid ideas are diametrically opposed to the spirit and letter of the Quran and the historical example of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and his righteous successors. From every direction, Islam is and has been under these false attacks from these propagandists who attempt to scare people away from Islam's true message of peace. Of course, it's not just those with bias against Islam who are the problem. Many times they're actually spurred on by fanatics and extremists parading as the self-proclaimed experts of Islam. Some mullahs and so-called scholars are indeed promoting a terrible image that is anything but true Islam. But to connect Islam to the ramblings of the fanatics would be like connecting Christianity to the likes of Christian neo-Nazis, the Lord's Resistance Army, or people who dance with poisonous snakes and drink strychnine. Those who are assigning such sinister aims and vulgar definitions to the Islamic concept of dhimmi are either acting out of complete ignorance or out of mischief. The true definition of a dhimmi is a non-Muslim citizen of a Muslim nation. The word dhimmi itself means a people under pact of protection. Dhimmi are a responsibility and a trust. The Prophet Muhammad spoke in the clearest terms regarding dhimmis. He said, "This is a message from Muhammad ibn Abdullah, as a covenant to those who adopt Christianity near and far. We are with them. Verily I, the servants, the helpers, and my followers defend them, because Christians are my citizens, and by Allah I hold out against anything that displeases them, and no compulsion is to be upon them. Neither are their judges to be removed from their jobs, nor their monks from their monasteries. No one is to destroy a house of their religion, to damage it, or to carry anything from it. Should anyone take any of these, he would spoil God's covenant and disobey his prophet. Verily they are my allies, and have my secure charter against all that they hate." I really don't know how much more clear it could be. Dhimmis under Islamic rule even had their choice of legal system, their own or the Islamic courts. They were not forced to pay the small jizya tax if financially unable, and were even ordered under the Khalifa Hazrat Umar to be paid a pension if they were destitute in old age. The fact is, Jews and Christians flourished in the Holy Land, Spain, Syria, and other Muslim lands for centuries as dhimmis. This, while Christian Europe repeatedly expelled, persecuted, and killed Jews and non-Christians. The Quran addressed the reality of minority groups 1400 years ago and made provision for their rights and freedom. It did not command conquest over them. This interpretation is false and dangerous. And as far as the Quran stating that dhimmis should admit their subjection, this does not mean that they should be cruelly suppressed, as some have suggested. This is speaking of basic citizenry. It's a fact that all nations of the world require their citizens to take an admission or oath of loyalty to live as peaceful subjects of that nation. In the United States, millions of Muslims have taken the oath of loyalty to this nation, and they pay its taxes, they serve its people, they fight in its military. These Muslims are dhimmis to the United States of America. They swear loyalty to this nation, and this nation protects them from harm and protects their rights. This is precisely the meaning of a dhimmi in Islam. Actually, Islam was the pioneer in securing rights for minority groups, yet it is now falsely accused of the opposite. The fact is, fanatics on both sides of the aisle are turning this concept upside down to push their own corrupt agendas. Please don't fall for it. May Allah protect us from this mischief and establish peace between Muslims and non-Muslims. And I have this understanding because I'm a Muslim who has accepted the Messiah.